तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुश्कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. We are continuing from where we are left out. Sorry for last 3-4 days we were not able to do because I was traveling. I was outside. The schedules were not matching actually. I got the wonderful son of Sunis Maharaj. So we are continuing reading from Loknath. This is what we need to start now. 218. Start from 18. Antamantai me deha nityasyoktā sharirinaha anashino aprameyasya tadsmad yudhyasva bharata. We read this? Loknath?
Prabhu, this verse is all.
Okay. This one? Hayenam veti hantaram. This is not done, no?
This is also done, bro.
Okay, reports are also done. Okay, we'll go ahead with na jayate mrite, huh? 20. Na jayate mrite va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhujah ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. So na jayate, ja means taking birth, mriyate means no death, va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhujah. It's not that previously when they have died or they are born before. Ajo means na jayate, or ajo is another one. Nityaha. So he's talking about all throughout the soul only. People foolishly speak that, that different, different personalities existing is pertaining to body. Where one verse Krishna speaks about body in between, and remaining things he speaks about soul. It's foolishness actually. Ajo nityaha shashvatoyam purana na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Translation: for the soul, there is neither birth nor death any time. Any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing from ever. He is not slain when the body is slain. The soul is never born, nor does it ever die. Neither was it born in the past, nor will be in the future. There is no creation in the past. Creation was not done at any time. Present and future, no destruction in the past, present, and future. He is therefore eternal. It's almost ancient, but not subject to aging. It is not killed when the body is killed. So no aging. Vishnu Thakur was saying it's almost ancient. We cannot say this many years ago or this many creations ago it was there. It's ever existing actually. Almost same translation. He's saying that it doesn't have any growth, nor decay, nor transformation. So it doesn't change. That's the point. So purports we'll see. 220. Purport. Qualitatively, the small atomic fragmental part, the supreme spirit, is one with the spirit. He undergoes no changes like the body. Sometimes the soul is called the steady or kutastha. Kutastha means it's always existing actually. Steady, all the time existing, kutastha. The body is subject to 6 kinds of transformation. It takes birth in the womb of sometime grows, produces some effects, gradually dwindles. That at last vanquishes into oblivion. The soul, however, does not go through such changes. The soul is not born, but because it takes a metal body, the body takes its birth Soul does not take birth there. The soul does not die. Anything which has birth also has death. And because the soul has no birth, therefore has no past, present, or future. Is eternal, ever existing, primeval. Primeval means it's a prime, is existing. That is, has no past, present, and future. He is eternal, ever. Okay, that is, there is no trance in the history of coming into being. So no trace in the history of his coming into being. At one point of time, he came into being. That is not it. Under the impression of the body, we seek the history of the birth, etc., of the soul. The soul does not at any time become old as the body does. The so-called old man therefore feels himself to be in the same spirit as his childhood or youth. The changes of the body do not affect the soul. The soul does not deteriorate like a tree nor anything material. The soul has no byproduct either. The byproducts of the body, namely children, are also different individual souls. And owing to this body, they appear as children of a particular man. The body develops because of the soul's presence, but the soul has neither offshoots nor change. Therefore, the soul is free from the 6 changes of the body. It's a very amazing phenomenon. In Katha Upanishad, it is said, we also find a similar passage which reads, Ajayate mrete vak vipaschin nayam kutaschin na bhavita kaschit ajonikya shashatoyam prano nahanyate anyamani sharire. Same thing. Najayate mrete vak vipaschin. Vipaschin means, the word vipaschin means learned or with knowledge. That's what the meaning. The meaning of the purport of this verse is same as Bhagavad Gita, but here the word is option, a special word, vipaschit, which means learned with knowledge. Okay, the soul has full knowledge or full always with consciousness, therefore consciousness is a symptom of the soul. Even if one does not find the soul within the heart, where he is situated, one can still understand the presence of the soul simply by the presence of consciousness. Sometimes we do not find the sun in the sky owing to clouds, but or for some other reason. But the light of the sun is always there. We're convinced that it is there for daytime. As soon as there is light in the sky early in the morning, understand the sun is there in the sky. Similarly, since there is some consciousness in all the bodies, the man, animal, we can understand the presence of the soul. This consciousness of the soul is, however, different from the consciousness of the supreme soul. Because the supreme consciousness is all knowledge, past, present, and future. The consciousness of the individual soul is prone to be forgetful. When the forgetful of the real nature, he obtains education and enlightenment from superior lessons of Krishna. But Krishna is not like the forgetful soul. If so, Krishna's Bhagavad Gita is being useless. There are 2 kinds of souls, namely minute particle soul, Anu Atma, and Super Atma. That is also confirmed in Katha Upanishad in this way. Anu Raniyan Mahato Mahyan Atmasya Jantor Nihito Guhayan Yam Akratuhu Pashyati Veta Shoko Dhatu Prasadan Mahimanam Atmanah. Both the super soul and the atomic soul are situated in the same tree in the body. Oh, this is what same 2 birds on the same tree. And that's what it's being. And only who has become free from all material desires, as well as lamentations, can, by the grace of the Supreme, understand the glories of the soul. So is a condition put up here. What is the condition? Only one who is free from all the material desires, as well as lamentations. You should not have desires nor lamentations. By the grace of the Supreme, one can understand the glories of the soul. Amazing, huh? Krishna, the coordinated Supreme Soul, Super Soul also, as will be explored in the following chapters, Arjuna's atomic soul, forgetful of his real nature. Therefore, he requires him to be enlightened by Krishna or by his bona fide representative, the spiritual master. So, of course, Arjuna's knowledge is certain. His yoga maya samavritaha. So that's how he is not able to understand. That's why he needs the super soul or the source or super soul also we can say. Even super soul is coming from whom? Krishna only. Vadanti tat tat vidas tattvam vijnanam ajnanam avyayam tad vijnanam avyayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavanti shabhyate. So even super soul is coming, we should not misunderstand. The soul has consciousness, it has super consciousness, means to know what is happening in everyone's heart. That consciousness the soul doesn't have, the super soul has. We have some consciousness, and that is also covered all the time. That's every now and then it gets keep covering. To the degree we succumb to the material worlds, and we get habituated to the material world. To that degree, our consciousness gets actually covered much more and more covering, more and more layers of the covering gets added up. That's how we keep going down. Whenever we are not spiritually enlightened and level, then we keep going down. So that's how what we need to have a constant touch with the super soul or the representative of super soul, the spiritual master. We should have a constant touch, very regular touch we should have, because the soul is also spark. When it is there with the fire, then it will be sparkling, very brightly visible. The moment it goes away, it falls away based on 3 modes. If at all it falls in the water only directly, completely its existence also almost like gone. That is tamoguna. If it falls on the ground, for a moment it may be visible, but later on it loses its actually sparkling capacity. And if the same spark falls on the goodness, which is on the hay, dry hay, then what happens? It becomes blazing fire. So we have to keep ourselves, keep doing our sadhana. This is sadhana stage. Regularly keep doing. Then we remain also shining. The consciousness remains. Otherwise, consciousness can get covered up, because we are not vibhu. We are anu atma. There's a difference between vibhu atma and anu atma. That's why we need to be constantly in touch with the super soul. Yeah. Nikhil bro, read it.
The eternal nature of Jiva is here clearly proven. The first line negates the possibility of birth and death for the Jiva at the present time. The second line negates birth and death in the past and the future. Therefore, it is unborn, Aja, in past, present, and future, because of no birth. It has no previous non-existence, Prag Abhava. It exists it exists at all times. Shashwataha.
Prag Abhava.
Prag Abhava. Shashwataha. Meaning that at no time in past, present, or future will it be destroyed, Dhamsa. Therefore, it is eternal, Nitya. But because the soul exists for a long time, it can grow old. It can grow. No, though it is old, pura, it is as if new, na for Nava. No, this is the interpretation of the word Purana by Sridhara and Baldeva as well. Because of
interpretation. It's a Purana. Pura is oldest in one sense, and Nam is Nava, Purana. Shashvatoyam, Ajo Nityam Shashvatoyam Purana, right? So they are giving the understanding.
Because of absence of 6 states of transformations, these are birth, maintenance, growth, maturity, decay, and death. With the death of the body, will it not die along with the body? With the death of the body, will it not die along with the body? It does not die when the body dies, because it is not joined permanently with the body. The soul is not subservient to it.
Soul is not subservient of the body. Actually, it gives consciousness to the body. It makes the body life. The symptoms of life come in the body because of the presence of soul. Yes, Loknath, read.
This was come from the eternal nature of the Atma, mentioned previously by showing that it is devoid of its changes mentioned by Yaksha. Jayate aspi vardate viparamante apikshate vinashanti. Birth, existence, increase, transformation, decay, and die. The word va here means and, with the words na jayate mruyate. Creation and destruction are both excluded. And just as in the past the Jiva was never born, in the future it will never be born again. This indicates that the Jiva will never take another birth and a different existence. One should also not think that this Atma will ever increase or become more from its present state. The reason why it will not become greater is then stated with the words Ajo Nitya. Things subject to birth and death, such as trees, also grow after such birth and then die. The Jiva, having neither birth nor death, also does not have growth. Shashata means that the Jiva does not decay. It exists at all the times without decay. The word Purana indicates that the soul is without change or transformation. So the Atma is Pura, ancient, it is Nava, new. It never has to take another new form. Thus the Atma is devoid of its stages of new. Since the Atma has this nature, within the body is killed, the Atma is not killed. Arjuna, you have uttered the words such as, I will be the killer of my Guru, out of ignorance with fear of being dishonored. But because of the above reasons, you should fearlessly fight this righteous war approved by scripture.
So, these reasons on the material platform are failed fully with the proper understanding of the eternality of the soul. If we get, then we don't have difficulty in following or performing our duty. We will not fear to perform our duty when we know the real knowledge. That's the point. So that's why Krishna is enlightening Arjuna in terms of the actual knowledge. This knowledge, when we get, we are fearlessly we are supposed to perform our duty. Bhagavad Gita, some people have a notion that Bhagavad Gita is what is saying it's not allowing, people are taking away from, they're not doing their duties by reading Bhagavad Gita, but which is very false idea. Is it not? By reading actually Bhagavad Gita, one comes to this point that fearlessly one performs one's duty. It's only a myth that people actually, without not understanding the knowledge of Gita, they're speaking of all this. Or Bhagavad Gita is war producing. That is also wrong understanding. Why is a wrong understanding? In general, Bhagavad Gita doesn't encourage violence. In general, no, it doesn't encourage. Now, this is a Dharma Buddha according to Shastra. That's why, and it is a duty of Arjuna. That's why Krishna is encouraging him to fight. Otherwise, one is not entitled to cause any damage or violence to anybody else. So, people have all misunderstandings about Bhagavad Gita fully. Okay, we'll read one more verse. 21. Veda vinashinam nityam yenam ajamavyayam katam sapurusha partha kam ghatayati hantikam. Partha, how can a person who knows that the soul is indestructible, eternal, unborn, and immutable kill anyone or cause anyone to kill? So it's only Krishna is rebuking him. Arey, you are saying that you are going to kill someone? How can you kill? No death only. How can you kill? So he who knows constantly that the soul is indestructible, unborn, and eternal, kills whom and how? Who does he cause others to kill or how? So he's not allowing anybody else to kill also. He's not killing others also. That's why. He who knows constantly the soul is indestructible and born without decay kills no one. But how can he kill Atma? No. Nor does he cause others to kill anyone. How can he cause others to kill the Atma? So, as a reality of the self is known, then death is not there. Okay. I just finish. Everything has its proper utility. A man who is situated in the complete knowledge knows how and where to apply a thing for its proper utility. Similarly, violence also has its utility, and how to apply violence rests upon the person in the knowledge. Yeah. Now see, that's what almost same thing. Violence has utility, and how to apply? One who knowing the knowledge, you will be able to apply. So that's what Bhagavad Gita teaches. Although the justice of the peace awards capital punishment to a person condemned for murder, the justice of the peace cannot be blamed because he orders the violence to another person according to the courts of justice. In the Manu Samhita, the law book of mankind, it is supposed that a murderer should be condemned to death so that in the next life he will not have to suffer for the great sins committed. Therefore, the king's punishment in hanging murderer is actually beneficial. Similarly, when Krishna orders fighting, it must be concluded that violence was supreme justice. And thus Arjuna should follow the instruction, knowing well that such violence committed in the act of fighting for Krishna is not violence at all. At any rate, the man, or rather the soul, cannot be killed. So, for the administration of justice, so-called violence is permitted. A surgical operation is meant not to kill the patient, but to cure him. Therefore, the fighting to be executed by Arjuna at the instruction of Krishna is with full knowledge, so there is no possibility of sinful reaction at all. Hare Krishna. So, in the same way, when we practice our spiritual life based on the soul platform, when we are trying to elevate ourselves, sometimes some violence may seem to be caused, some difficulty to oneself, mind is not accepting or whatever, mind is rebelling, then it causes little pain for us to move on. That is it. In the morning when I'm chanting Hare Krishna, just mind says, hey, go and sleep, you are feeling sleepy, you slept late night. But we go on fighting with him, we actually trouble him more. You don't I'll say all this, just chant. That would be chant now, nothing else. So it will also look like fighting or causing pain. Arey, what? This fellow is feeling pain. He can go happily sleep on the lap of Maya, where she's sharpening her sword to cut the neck. No problem, na? People may say like that. No, but that is not violence. So read it. For elevating oneself to the platform of the soul, which is the actual duty of the soul, is covered up now, right now. He's not even understanding his spirit soul. He is grossly sitting in the platform of bodily platform. So that is not violence. Or sometimes it happens that the practice of spiritual life of one person, it appears to be causing difficulty to other souls. It's causing violence. How can Krishna conscious movement say that people to join, people to go against the parents and all this? It's all superficial attachment that makes a person to see like whatever Arjuna is. They're not trying to follow the instruction of Krishna. Simple. Bhagavad Gita instruction is what? Follow Bhagavad Gita. So when you follow Bhagavad Gita, then it may cause some pain to others. That doesn't matter. The ultimate is good. Ultimately, it is good. No one can cause any pain or difficulty. People are identifying with the material on the metal platforms, so they may feel a little pain, but one has to go on. One has to do Tasmat Yudhyasva Bharata. One has to be in knowledge. Logan, who read quickly? Logan read. I think we have Sandesh read this one. Yeah.
With the knowledge, neither you who are fighting nor I who am urging you to fight have any fault. Here Nityam is used as an adverb. He who knows constantly that the soul is indestructible, unborn, and eternal. The words describing the soul are used to negate the objections of Arjuna about destruction. Whom do I? Sapurushaha. Whom do I? The Lord. Whom do I? The Lord, the cause to be killed by advising you to fight.
And basically what he's saying, whom I am asking you to kill? Like that.
Okay. And how do I cause anyone to be killed? And whom do you kill? And how do you kill?
How do you kill? Nobody you can kill. You can't kill anyone. So like that. Krishna answering. Yes, Nishpar, what else you read quickly? Sandesh,
this verse explains that One who, having such knowledge, has no fault, though he engages in war with conviction in Dharma, or causes others to engage in such a war. He who understands through logic and scripture that the soul is indestructible, unborn, and without decay, kills whom and how does he kill when engaging in battle? Though he causes others to engage in battle, whom does he cause them to kill? And how does he cause them to kill? The use of the interrogative means that he kills no one and cannot do it at all. Nor does he cause others to kill anyone and cannot cause it at all. Nityam is used. Nityam is here used adverbially with the verb Veda, he knows, meaning constantly.
Here, the question is put up, whom he will kill, whom does he cause to kill and everything. It's interrogative. It is interrogative means questioning. Hey, whom you are going to kill? How you are going to kill? Whom you are others whom you are causing them to kill others? No, no one is killing anyone. No. Nityam, Ajo Nitya Shashvatoyam Purana. So amazing. So our Acharya's purports are very beautiful. They are giving us more and more in-depth understanding of the same purport what Prabhupada given from them only. So that one aspect, one variety of aspect, no, they highlight in the shows. So any questions? No questions, they will pause. Okay. Thank you all very much for joining us. Thank you all very much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.